Welcome, welcome, one and all, to an exciting episode of Aurogiri. Yahoo! Alright, so for those who are with us on Friday, we hit 130 fucking 2, which is sick. The new level. I sat at 131 for a long ass time, but finally felt comfortable enough to start tackling some Dew Creek. Had some great body support from many people in the stream and fans of the channel for sure. Good allies, all that stuff. And we did it. We hit 132, and now it is a lucky box opening video. You've been holding in your load for the past 5 weeks? What load? Your boxes? I've been holding on my boxes for a long time. I replaced you with Rumi. I was summoning them. I summoned Rumi and Lancelot because I was thinking, well, I'm holding my newest weapon of 2020. And my newest Vanguard is kind of 150 Lancelot. Because we got the Awakening. Oh, did I? My bad, dude. I'll go do that in a sec. And I did just recently get 4 scrolls of Rumi. I know that is your spot. It's just, I can't find a way for her to stand somewhere. I was trying to get everyone to look at the camera, and like, they wouldn't do it. Yeah, like she was right there, eh? I know, because I didn't level up. That's awesome, Rias, dude. That's awesome. That's awesome, dude. I wish you very, very well with that. That's some good positivity to keep you going for sure. That's right. So, to explain this, we are having a lucky box opening. We have 573 lucky boxes. I said 175 because that's all I could think of. But we have 573 lucky boxes to open. And that's right. We have our new 2020 gear. We have the new accessory stuff. So we have Satan Wings. We have the Grace weapon. We have Rumi, who I got in a great Nian video maybe a while, like 2 weeks ago. It was an awesome video. I rolled about 60 purchased OC. It was really good. I still have to buy the outfit for Himiko. I have to do that still. I'll probably do that at the end of this video or at some point, and I'll roll those tickets or something, so we'll have something to do at the end. And yeah, Lancelot 150, that came out. I planned out my Yozuru's, got her. Like, this is all my new stuff. I know it is. But we can only do so much. And also, this is an AMA stream as well, so you guys can ask me any question you want, and I'll answer it to the best of my ability. And it'll make for some fun. You can ask me opinion questions. I remember when we first started doing this, we had anime stuff, we had anime questions, we had lore questions, we had any kind of question at all. It's been very, very, very fun. Easty Shin, that's the next one. Cool. Yes, it's not your lucky box stream. It's my lucky box stream, but it is our lucky box streams. We have 14 viewers. Pleased to meet you. Yes, I do love Opie. There's a lot of questions coming in here. Holy jumping Jesus, Jiminy Crickets. Alright, for every question, I'll open a lucky box. Alright, so the first box is open. I'll answer a question. So how did Eva and I meet? That's a good question. So we met in Onigiri about the time that... And I'm going to miss questions if I'm going to answer a long question. So if I don't answer your question, please feel free to repost it. I appreciate that, and I will get to them as we go. Because this question is going to be a long question, a long answer. So we'll definitely get to those once my burps settle down. So Eva and I met near the end of the second big update Onigiri ever had, which was like the most hype update ever. I believe it was fuck. Yes. We were getting past. We were going to Oshu and the islands, I believe, because we were waiting for the update to get past Edo. We were at the end of the update. The game only went to the Edo storyline. I remember we all waited in a big hallway near the end of it. But so that was the time frame. It was back in 2016, I want to say, and it was Onigiri's second big update. It was actually our first big up, the only update we ever had. We never really had a story update back then. This is just prefacing stuff. So this was back when the level cap was 110. We had just gotten Satan, and I had just started doing Onigiri and Aurogiri and all that stuff. So I've been doing streams, I've been doing guides, I've been doing this and that. But realistically, I said, hey, we're getting an update. Let's have a pool party in Kusatsu Springs, the hot springs, right over there. And I invited everybody. I stood in the rift for a long time. I said, hey, we're doing a Kusatsu pool party. So leading up to this pool party, I told me and my friends, it was me, Harai, and a couple of others, I said, hey, let's try and carry people past Sado. Like we wait near Sado. Like we'd have someone stationed at the underground cave. I think it was called Underground Caverns. Undersea cave leading to Sado, because that was the hardest point in the game. So we wanted as many people to attend this pool party as possible. So we had people at Undersea Cave doing carries, and then we had people at Sado doing Sado carries, so that anyone who came through for like a couple hours, we would carry them through, because it was a really hard dungeon back in the time. It was like a 5-floor dungeon, etc. Very, very long dungeon. And we had people stationed there, and we would carry them through, and then after they got past this, they went to they went to Kusatsu. We said, hey, there's going to be a pool party in the spring, and we'd tell them, hey, go to the pool party. It's going to be really fun. There's going to be lots of players there and a big experience, a big stream, stuff like that. So we set a pool party. So I stood in the rift, advertised it for a while, and then we did some carries. So around that time, Eva was playing on her character. I believe it was named Mirjane at the time. And I believe she had seen me in the rift, and she had saw something about a pool party. She didn't really know what that meant. And then she saw me at Sado later, and I believe we carried her through Sado. She's probably going to say, no, you didn't carry me through Sado. It was someone else. I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure we met at this time. But I didn't really know her at this time. But we were involved with this, but she kept reading something about a pool party, and she didn't actually go to the pool party because she didn't know where that was. But we did do a Sado carry. She got past that. She kept getting stronger and stronger. I think she looked... I was advertising the channel, so maybe she looked it up at that point. But then she started watching streams. She watched for about 6 months, she said. Something like that. And she never really commented. But then eventually she started commenting on the streams and being very emotionally supportive. Very supportive in the comments. And she was in every stream. Like, I would start a stream and she would be like, hi, Oro. And I'd be like, hi, Eva, like, every day. And I really, really enjoyed that. So I should open a lucky box. Anyway, so time passes, and right around the time we get our after that time we got the Lucifer update with Siegfried and Venus and the nine-tailed fox outfits. I did a rolling video where I wanted to roll for those outfits. I wanted the blue tails, and I managed to get a couple Venuses and a couple Siegfrieds along the way, and I got the tails. And I was standing in Onigashima on a bench on the left-hand side, and I walked around there. This is how we met Eva. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And like we had talked in streams and stuff, like commenting and stuff like that, but we never met in game. I didn't know who she was. And then one day we were standing on this. She was standing on a bench with the blue tails, and I had my blue tails, and I walked up and I said, "Nice blue tails. That's so awesome. Like it looks so good." And she said like, I think she said like, I'm your secret stalker or something. And then she ran away, and I was like, "Oh, what's up with that?" So then some time passes, and I'm streaming on Twitch at the time. I started doing a lot of Twitch streaming for Onigiri. And like I would do my guides on YouTube, and then I would do my stream just streaming on Twitch to sort of differentiate the two. So guides on YouTube, streaming on Twitch, and then eventually Twitch just didn't work, and I was monetized for YouTube, and I just did everything on YouTube. But going back to that, we're on Twitch, and one day she was very good at stalking, exactly, and but she is good at writing, that's for sure. And one day on Twitch we're playing and all this stuff, and on Twitch, she sends me this long message. And to me, it came off like a love letter, and I read it, and I was really, really happy. It was in the summer. I remember this day. We were having, I was streaming, and my parents wanted me to go outside and roast marshmallows with them on the campfire. And right before I did that, I got this message from Eva. It was a long message, and it was this like love letter confession thing, and I read it, and it was very, very beautiful. Not going to go into detail on it, but I really, really liked that. And then a little bit after that, it was not just a paragraph. It was quite a few. It was very, very nice. And a little bit before that or after that, I had put my Kick. I had gotten Kick, like the app. I don't know who recommended that I get Kick. And I had put my Kick link on like Twitch or something. So everyone would add me and talk to me, and I'd talk to a bunch of the community and all this stuff. And it is a long as fuck question for sure. And I got Eva's Kick, and I was talking to her and just talking casually. We started talking about yes, my Twitch, my Kick was Oro Lyra, and I had a Kick before this, okay? So I did have Kick before this, and my name on Kick was Oro Lyra, not Oro Lyra. It's a different thing. Lyra is a character in my book, like one of my favorite characters, and I wanted to just combine the two because I got Kick to play Onigiri with my original crew of people. And they all used Kick, so I had Kick from that, and I made my Kick name there, I made my Kick account, all that stuff. I made that before I even knew Lyra. It's a different thing. It's just the grand cosmos of fate and stuff that made them... I know, I was just about to do that. That made it so. So moving on from that point... Hey, I got a smelting thingy. That's pretty awesome. Just trying to open this till I get 5 golds. That's like my plan. I like doing that. So anyway, I don't want to lose track with the story. Whisper for sure. Well, we can see what we get, but whatever. Are we getting whispers? Anyway, so she sent me a love letter. We were on Kick. We started talking about One Piece on Kick. We were talking about stuff like that, talking back and forth, back and forth. We talked for like maybe 2 or 3 days. I remember I went to go get water, and we were talking and stuff. She's making jokes. And eventually, I asked her if she wanted to be my girlfriend. And she had said, like, no, I don't want to do that. Nah, whatever. And I was like, ah, damn, okay, whatever. And then after a bit of pressing and more talking and all that stuff, I water dragoned my way into her finally saying yes. And that's how that went, and we've been together ever since then. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. Anyway. So that's that answer. And there was no simping. No, we don't do that here. Okay, so who drew my profile picture and do they do commissions? Bold burrito? Okay. So, now your heart. Alright. So next thing... Wow, I'm just like, yeah, your heart, whatever. Could you play with me? Probably. That's a good question. Yeah, just depends what I'm doing for sure. Not always playing, but when I do, I'm always doing something. But if we're both on at the same time, then definitely we can play together. So who drew my profile picture? The original profile picture, like the profile picture I have right now on YouTube, that was drawn, it was hand drawn by one of Eva's friends who was really, really good at drawing. And she said, hey, could you draw this character? Like, it's from a YouTuber I watch. And they did it, and she sent it to me, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And it was just all black and white, and it was really nice. It was really nice. I had my succubus horns, really awesome. It was a black and white picture. So then I found some app. I was browsing the internet, and there was some website where you could take a picture and you could like color it, like you could point and click, like watercolor the thing, and it was really, really cool. So I said, well, what if I did that for this picture? And I did that, and it colored the hair, it colored the eyes, it colored, like, it's all demonic and shit, but I did it like that, some website, and I put all the colors in, and I really liked it. Eva didn't really care for it, but I thought it was sick, and I put it as the picture, and it was awesome. And that's where that came from. Now, side note, I don't think they do commissions. I think it was just something they do for fun. Side note, on Twitch, and my new YouTube banner, I don't know if you guys have seen the new YouTube banner, on Twitch, I now have a picture of like a blue-haired, Oro-haired Rias with water in the back, and it says Aurogiri, and that was made by my new friend, Ricky. He's on PlayStation. Young guy, he's just out of school there. Ricky. And his game name is like Makito or Matiko, something like that. I can never remember if the T or the K come first. It's probably T before K because tits come before kids. But anyway, he did that up for me. He offered to do a new... he said, hey, can I do a new banner for you? And I said, yeah, for sure. He offered that to me, and then we went in a chat party the other day, and we talked about it. And what was it? And he drew it all. He did it all on his computer. And then I said, I'm just going to take a caption of this, and I'm going to make it my new picture on Twitch. And I'm thinking I'm probably going to do the same for YouTube. I might get rid of the old picture and put the new one in, because it is pretty fresh. I do like it. So I just been meaning to do it. Haven't done it yet. Okay, so that answers that question. Okay, so time for some boxes. Oh, is it? It's probably postponed, but for the best, right? We don't want our... Oh, I got a button! Let's fucking go! We don't want animators getting sick just to draw pictures, right? Like, there's a realism here. For sure. 2 buttons in a row? Let's go! Let's go. And a soul leg? Fuck yeah. Feast! Feast, I remember that. This is a good old... Oh, butt thingy. Beckoning cat. Okay. So, someone asked me a question, where do you get a certain mag? I think it was, where do you get Nubatamas? I think Nubatamas, you get them in Dew Creek on a drop boost from Gray's. You can also get Nubatama from Benkei Factory, from Gray's and Benkei's and things like that. Akatsuki Yami, you get that in Lactus Mortis. I have many videos of me just farming that if you want a guide on how to do that. And then the other one, which is not Akatsuki Yami, but Hisakata. Hisakata, you get that in Kaguya's home. If they say you're gay for watching High School DxD, either you're all a group of females or they just don't understand the appeal of titties. Okay, so next question. How do I feel about the onigiri community so far? So that is a big question. So far implies this is the span of the onigiri community. Um, exactly. DxD, but DxD is even more than that. They don't, for sure. DxD is life. DxD is my favorite anime. Okay, so the onigiri community experience boost. Look at that. That's nice. The onigiri anime is not fuck the onigiri anime. The onigiri community. You guys got me monologuing there. Got me tripping. The onigiri community as a whole so far, in the beginning, the onigiri community was very divided and Xbox was toxic as fuck. I remember Lyra was like the only guy who really streamed onigiri, and he'd have Xbox people come in and be like, "Oh my god, your mags aren't perfect. You're not abusing cheats to get like perfect shit. You don't have 100 crit. You don't have like triple yigs on your fucking mags. You're fucking trash, man. What the fuck? It only took me like 300 resets to get like perfect max skill force yigs, man. Like fuck you, dude." Like in the beginning it was toxic as shit, okay? And yeah. And then after that, PC was really cool. PC was very neutral. They had a lot of updates, but they were very, for the most part, PC was very, very kind and guiding. Like we'd have players like Brody, even Nojitsune would join streams at times and they would give input and stuff. They'd say things. At the beginning, like PC was very, very much very guiding, very older brother-ish. Like they would let us know things in advance. We'd get our friends like San and Brody, etc. We had lots of people. There was Dragon, a lot of people that would, you know, encourage us, let us know things. They were very, very nice and welcoming. The PS4 community was, in the beginning, a bunch of chickens with their head cut off. I'm not kidding. Like everyone was just running around with whatever weapons they had. No one like really knew. Like there was mild farming, mild getting good, but there were no 105s. Like mags were really, really hard to get. Things were farmable. There was no wardings. Like there was barely any energy. Like things were very what's the word? Loosey goosey. Yeah, exactly, Pokemaster, exactly. Like, it's kind of a karma. But, oh, a Smelting 20! Oh, 2 Smelting 20s, let's go! Okay, so, that's, like, the origin of the community, and then I started doing Aurogiri, and I started teaching players, and doing guides, and, you know, really bringing a lot of the community together, putting out videos, explaining things. Because a lot of people, they would play, they would hit a wall, they couldn't beat something, and they get really frustrated, and they wouldn't really know what to do. And then I started seeing a lot of the community. They'd come in streams, they'd leave comments, they'd say things, they'd, you know, encourage me, and the community kept growing and growing and growing, and you started to know who everybody was. And I'm probably answering this in a very, very long way, but I want to give context to it. So, oh, a button! That's our third button. Let's go. So yeah, the community was pretty chill. Like everyone was very welcoming, everyone was very appreciative, everyone enjoyed a lot of things. Oh, thanks, Toofy. That's a good question. I'll answer that. And if you want a question that I might miss in the chat, Toofy here, they sent me a whisper. I can definitely scroll through those very, very easily. So that's a good method if you are in game right now. I know we're not all, but that's really, I appreciate that. That took some wisdom. Okay, so Onigiri community right now, you quit temporarily when the first gala? That's weird. I mean, at least maybe you got your free scroll, but anyway. The Onigiri community right now is very, very positive. For the most part, like I'm talking on comments, like on my side of the Onigiri community, like when I get comments, there's not much hate comments anymore. There's not much bullshit. It's all like, oh, cool, that was funny. Where do I get this? What do I do this? Can you fix this problem? Etc., etc. Like, what do you think about this? Comments are pretty chill. Viewers in the streams are pretty chill. I enjoy seeing you guys. Very supportive, very encouraging. Very, very good. The other side of the community is on Twitter, and they're very angry. Like, a lot of the community is divided because of things not working, things not being implemented right, things not... An artisan sword, let's fucking go. Things like some people, like, I know Rena does not like that our bazaars are how they once were before they were like busted and really good. Like, now you have to pay per item on when you trade and all that stuff. Like, if you want to sell 10 falling crosses, it's going to cost you 1,000 OC. You can't choose your own prices. Things are bulked up. Like, but for the past, let's say 4-6 months, you were able to, like, everything had a min price. We were okay with that, but you could stack them and sell things for whatever you wanted. So if you wanted to sell someone like plumes, you could sell someone 50 plumes for like 500 OC or something, and it would be okay. I'm opening them. We got all day. Prayer crystal, I'll need those. Another prayer crystal, cool. But yeah, so now bazaars aren't stackable, and we don't get the OC, and Xbox doesn't get up. Like, Xbox community is like, they're not raging at the streamers anymore, they're raging all at Cyberstep. Like, every time an update comes out, Xbox is shitting on them right away. So right now the community is very friendly amongst themselves, but there's a lot of hate towards Cyberstep right now. I think that really sums it up. Right now, Cyberstep isn't being very fluid. They're not talking to people. They're not answering queries on Twitter. They're not answering things on Facebook. They're being very, very sheltered, and I want to say borderline ignorant in sometimes. Like, not ignorance in lack of knowledge, just ignoring people. Pretending everything is fine. Like, you know, the little dog in the fire, but that's like literally China with the corona. Like, everything's fine. But they're kind of being like that. Like, if there's a problem, they don't fix it. If they do something wrong, they don't fix it. Last thing they really fixed was when the game took like 2 days to update or whatever. Yeah, we didn't get anything for Christmas. Like, they've been very, very lackluster. And I think that has to come from the English team taking over our version, and the JP team just focusing on JP in all its forms, JP PS4, JP PC, and Steam, and I don't know who does Steam and Switch, to be honest. I think it might be our team, but honestly, I don't like that Cyberstep is, like, I understand business-wise that they're going to put their game on as many different platforms as possible. Like, I can understand that. You want to rake in, you might want to have a wide net and bring in as much money as possible. But if you're not like, let's say you have a home and you rent it out to people, and I get an artisan sword, that's good. And then everyone comes there, they pay their rent, you do their your services, you're their landlord, etc. That's great. And you think, I made a lot of money, but these people are kind of used to this now. They don't get room service anymore. I'm going to go open another home and rent it out, or let's call it hotels or whatever. And then they go open another one and another one and another one. They're just franchising, but they're not actually improving their product. So, like, they're more focused on just, like, popping out babies, but they're not taking care of the babies, and they're growing up to be, like, resentful. Anyway, whatever. They're analogies aside, Cyberstep's focusing way more on just getting money from as many different revenues as possible instead of focusing on what they already have. I mean, then there's the whole EU thing where they shut down EU because it wasn't making money. There was pressure from the government, etc., etc., etc. That was a shitstorm, and they all came here, and I met a couple of people, and they're really, really nice. They're really appreciative, and they're strong troopers. Okay, that was a long question. We got to keep going. Toofy asked 2 questions. I love the name Toofy, by the way. Okay, so let's open some boxes. Soul Egg. So what was the first thing I sold in Bazaars? The first things I sold in bazaars was I gave my friends recipes. I gave my friends mags. I gave my friends stuff. When the bazaars first came out, I don't know what the first thing I did was, but if I had extra fused recipes that my friends needed, El Sin recipes, Mephi recipes, anything like that. All the things we had hoarded for so long, I just gave them to people min price. It was a festival. That was when bazaars first came out on PS4. I just gave people everything. First thing I ever really like hard sold was probably like an Axe fused recipe for like 80 OC. First thing you bought, I'll add to that. First thing you bought was Affiliate 2. Makes sense. Hey Cloud, how you doing, man? The first thing I bought in bazaars was a fuse mag for like 50. I bought a bunch of shit, okay? But I bought a fuse mag for like 50 OC and I sold it back for like 200. That's when it all started. But I bought, I don't know what the first thing I bought was, but I loved that week. I had OC, I sold so much stuff. It was so fun. Was quit. Well, that sure didn't work. Alright, here's another question. Any weapon I regret making? Okay, so little known fact. When I was still a scrub in like level 114, you did buy Lyra's L Maximilian. I remember that. When I was still a scrub at like 110, 114, I had got my hard rhyme weapon, which isn't a rhyme, it's whatever's in the middle. Whatever the middle weapon is, the middle gargoyle, the hard gargoyle weapon, I smelted that to 100, and I failed 2 smelts with godlies when those were friggin' rare, and I got it to 100, and it took me forever, and I just, like, it was horrible. I wasn't even 10, and I had it. And I had those in Dew Creek. I'm not kidding. I brought plus 100 110 Gargs to Dew Creek. And I started Misty Massacring. Like, it was so horrible. So I kind of regret making that. If I had any other regrets... The Frost, that's what it's called. Plus 100 Frost, for sure. But that's more of a mistake, not a regret. A weapon I regretted making... I an artisan, that's awesome. Let me look, see if I still have any of the disappointments. These are not equipment. These are not weapons. Weapons. Something I regretted making. The Earth, probably. Probably the Earth. Like, I made it just to have it, but at the same time, the Supreme came out, and I had the Supreme, the Reverence, and the Earth all at the same time, and this weapon immediately got benched. Like, I just made this to have it. I never really used... yeah, I would stab with it, like that. So I started stabbing. Like, that's fun, but the weapon was so weak at the time that we got to make it. It was kind of useless. Apart from that... Nothing else. I don't really have anything. I was thinking of selling this plus 100 Ruina. I don't know if anyone wants it. I'd have to take the Verdant Storms off of it. But if anyone wants like a plus 100 Ruina Spear, I'm willing to sell this. I don't need it anymore because I have my Earth. And I have... my Abyss for ice, and for darkness I have everything else. So if anyone wants a plus 100 Ruina Spear, I'm willing to sell it. Yes, my cross sword is still a lunge step sword. Lunge step 4, 2, and 3 in Paradise of Fallen Lightning. I can't sell it for 0 OC. I think it sells for 103 minimum. I'd probably be looking for like 200 for it, just because it's at plus 100. But if anyone wants something like that, let me know. I don't need it. The thing I'd probably end up just giving it to like a assist partner or something. Um, but just saying, if anybody wants a Ruina, I'm willing to part with it for like 200. Okay, so those are some good questions. I appreciate that. What are the elements? That is a question. The Ruina is ice and wind. High potion, high potion. We're almost done the 500s. Let's go. Oh, fuck that shit, man. That's old, but yeah, that was some bullshit. Me and Eve were talking about that the other day. But Ice Poseidon, for sure. Yeah, like back in the day, there was a guy who just, I don't know if he hated me or whatever, but he went into this Ice Poseidon guy's stream and he commented, "Oh, this Randandestroyer person says you suck or something," and then he sent like a hate mob over here, and I had to tell them like I have no idea what the fuck you guys are doing, and then eventually they just went away, but it was a weird time. Yeah. So another question, can you buy those talon breakers? Yes, I will put them right here on the ground. Bizarre. Let me see. You said 175? Recent? No, name. I got 13 of these bitches. $70. Oh, could these still sell for one? 75? What's 75 divided by 2? No, 75 is not 45 plus 45. 75 is... I need to add 30, I guess. I don't know who Travis Scott is, but I don't know what kind of man has braided hair. Alright, Rena. Come here and buy him. Exactly. There we go. I'm glad you bought all three and not just two of them. Jesus. Travis Scott's a raper? God damn. Hey, I got some OC. Thank you. Collect. Alright. Funny thing is, that was a question. Can I buy this? Alright, so let's keep opening boxes, shall we? I think we're at, what, 4 buttons now? 3, 4 buttons? He makes rap songs? Well, holy jumping. He's a lot. Oh, there's another button. That's 5 buttons. He is. It's candy wrapper. You know, one of those things you crunkle it up and it makes noise? Exactly. Anyway. So, how many boxes we got left? Like 5? Less than 500. We barely opened like a third of this. But we're at 5 buttons so far. When I sell anything in Oni is like for 10 OC, they're all recipes. Yeah, for sure. But the thing is, you might think recipes are worthless, and this is like a thing here. You might think that recipes are worthless, but somebody else could use them. And when they see them in the stall, they get really happy. So it's always good to put like 4 or 5 recipes in your bazaar. But if they never sell, then whatever. So I missed your question. Will me and Eva meet in real life? Hopefully. For sure. Experience boost, cool. That reminds me of a meme you saw the other day. The rapier fandom is dying. Share if you are a rapist. That's funny, actually. Thank you very much. The thing is, right now, like, there's all this corona stuff, and they're, like, borders closing, and, like, you never know when all that stuff's gonna be done, you know? So, planning right now is kind of set aside until the world gets back in order. Yeah, for sure. Some recipes are super inflated, like gargoyle recipes and things like that. Like, I could have made, if I wanted to, I could have just, like, farmed the shit out of, like, Hades Hard and just got a bunch of recipes and sold them, because it's only 30 seconds, really. For me, like, it's not that bad. Like, I could just go in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. And I do need to make a second spear, so, that's for sure a thing, so. I could have done that. Didn't think of that. You're the only one asking questions, so we're going to keep going. Where will I be if Onigiri happens to shut down? I don't know what would come out at the time. Another button, that's good. If Onigiri were to shut down, I actually was thinking of that the other day. Like, if something happened, I was at work and I was thinking, like, I could probably rock going to PC. Like, it wouldn't. Before I used to always say no, 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 no. But now there's, like, so much. What's the word for that? Like, welfare, let's say. Like, there's so much easy way to get stuff that it probably wouldn't be that bad to get going on PC. That's another topic. Like, what if Onigiri, like, what if when the, like, let's say they still support the PS4 or whatever, like, let's say Onigiri PS4 shuts down and PS5 pops up. It depends how I feel about it. Honestly, at the time, it depends what's going on in life. But PS5 wouldn't be a bad option. Like, it really depends, because a lot of my friends don't have, like, super strong computers and stuff. But it'd be difficult to say. But I'm thinking I'd still do something for sure. Like, literally, I'd have to wait for, like, a good Nian or something. But I'd lose my little horns on my head, but that's something else. But I don't know. It really depends. It depends if, like, I had support to get up there and all that stuff. So Chronic was asking, is there any updates coming? There should be an update in 2 weeks, and hopefully it is Leviathan-san. I don't know if there's going to be any weapons in it or anything, but there should be an update in 2 weeks. And it's probably not even Leviathan, it's probably April Fool's, which is going to be a Mook event. It's going to be Brownie and some Satan weapon thing. If we get that and nothing else, it'll be a good time to play other games for sure. But if only that happens, then it's going to be whatever time. But if that and something else happens, then we'll be dealing with that something else. This update does not suck. I just made a new weapon, and chocolate is great. You can get Vanguard scrolls and stuff. It's good. Have I ever been reported on YouTube? No. I've been demonetized before, but no, I've never been, like, reported or anything. My favorite boss in Onigiri. My favorite boss is Satan. in Onigiri because Satan was like the first big wall in Onigiri boss wise, and it was because of Satan and the struggle he presented that I did Aurogiri. So if it wasn't for Satan, there would be no Aurogiri. And that's partially to do why I love having Satan Girl with me, because she kind of represents that old time. And me, myself, I was on the wiki back in the day, and I had no Oogies back in the day. I had no Oogies at all. I survived on Water Dragon alone. I had no Oogies to my name. I had like 6 outfits, and I felt like I was cursed. My gacha tickets were all outfits and shit. Skill cards. And on the wiki, I would look up like the Satan weapons, like things in the future, and it said it comes with an Ogi. I'm like, oh my god, I want that Ogi. Like, I want that so bad. I didn't have an Ogi to my name. I wanted it, wanted it, wanted it, wanted it. And I love the Satan weapon. And I just love what it meant. And like, and I never got my cross recipe from Satan. Like, never. I had to get it when it was like reduced. I never got my L. It wasn't even an L, just a cross. I ended up making the sword cross, the twin cross, and the bow cross. And I became a twin bow for like the duration of the islands. And then it was only after 105s came out, the D3, that's right. It was only after 105s came out that I started going back to Spear. Are the Vanguards from Chocolate any good? I think Kintoki has her usage. She actually has a lot of friggin' skills. I don't think they're anywhere near top tier. I think they're like better than Siegfried. Yeah, they're better than Siegfried. That's my answer. And they're free. You might as well get them. Like they're not really that hard to farm for. Someone asked, do I play any other hobbies? Do I do anything else? Yeah, it's Lil Musashi and Kentucky Idol. So my other hobbies is I do play another game on the side. Like I do play a lot of Fire Emblem Heroes. I love that game. I love Fire Emblem. I play Fire Emblem Heroes every day. It's on the phone. My friends got me into it. I love it. I actually put like $200 into it last night because a new update came out, a big legendary banner. It's like 8% for a 5-star, which is like super, super high. And I got like 2 5-stars every $50, and that felt really, really awesome. I'm trying to get one character maxed out. I really love that game. I do that. I play it. I just played some of the new Infernal Hard stuff today. It was pretty fun. I really, really like that game. I play that game every day. I bring it to work. I do that. Like I play it before I go to bed. Some days I stay up till it resets at like 3 or 4 in the morning and see what I get. Really, really love that game. Other than that, I play Smash Brothers. Other hobbies, I am technically an author. I'm an unpublished author. That's a very common phrase. A button. That's awesome. But I do have a book written. I sent it out to be published maybe last year, the year before. It came back negative. They didn't want anything to do with it. They just said no. So then I went back and I had sent them my first 50 pages. They said no. So then I went back and I started rereading every chapter, fixing things, making things more precise, taking out clutter, working on that on the side. Haven't done too much of it recently because I got a new job and I'm there like 40 hours a week now. I do overtime. I used to be on call. It was a mess, all this stuff. I originally only wanted to work like part-time, like a couple days a week, but then I just started getting hours because no one wanted to work and it was all me. So I barely got any. I was supposed to like write my days off and then just never happens because I'm tired and shit. But I love it. Like at work now I have a pen and paper and I write down ideas, I make characters, I make all this stuff all the time. Because they started barking down at our phones because we couldn't use our phones. I just write all the time. So author on the side, play other video games, Fire Emblem, stuff like that. Don't do any sports or anything like that anymore. I used to play badminton though. Oh yeah, Fate Go, that's another one for sure. Yeah, like when it's published for sure, I'll be doing like whole videos about it. Don't you worry about it. We'll be distributing that for sure. I'd love to have people read and all that stuff. Toofy, you're 130? That's amazing. Wait a minute, you're Toofy. You are dead. Toofy, no. Apparently I can't resurrect the dead. What is it called? So because I don't have like a copyright, like I don't own the title, I don't like to give away the title because if someone were to ever be malicious and copyright it, I'd be very, very, very upset. I can't tell you the specific character name, but I can tell you it's called the Adamant Mirror. I can tell you that much. But it's about gods and stuff, and I could go all into that, but that would take more questions, and I'd literally be here all day. I love shit like that. I could talk about it all day for sure. The name is not cringy. It's just I don't want to. I can't really give out a lot of information before I have, you know, like security in what I say. Meditation. Okay. Bug. Oh, I missed the whole thing about a bug. I gotta get my phone out or something to read the chat. Because I am missing out on these questions and it's not fair to you guys to not answer questions. Oh, an Inferno Stone. So let me see. Phone only has like 23%, but we can work with that. Will it pop up? There I am. I gotta mute this bastard. Hold the fuck on. Nothing bugs me more than hearing myself. Okay, so let me see. I got it here. Brian Griffin, author. Many of my fave singers took their lives away, and listening to K-pop just bring. Yeah, yeah. I actually, I'll tell you a little story about K-pop. I didn't really like know what K-pop was. I honestly thought it was like Spanish Japanese. That's what I said the first time I heard K-pop, like Korean. I thought it was just like some. I said it sounds like Spanish Japanese. Anyway, the only Korean song I liked was Gangnam Style. You could call me like the opposite of a weeaboo scrub or something like that. But that was the only thing I liked. I thought K-pop was a ripoff of Japanese music. I thought it was like watered down music. Like I'm not. Anyway. But then Eva got me listening to more and more of it, and I started liking it. I started liking different versions. Like I learned that Tiara, Patara earring, they're all really, really good and stuff like that. But yeah, for sure, K-pop. There's a lot of good stuff. I prefer like anime openings, and I really, really like MMD stuff, and etc., 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 etc. Have I ever watched My Hero Academia? Yes, I have. I'm up to the new season. I haven't started watching the new season yet. Okay, so I guess it's medals time. Let me open some medals here. 50, 40, 30. 50, 40, 30. 50, 40, 30. How many medals are in here? 50, 40, 30. 50, 40, 30. I got like 200 medals. Good game. The winner situation? I don't know what you mean by the winner situation. I don't know what that is. Do I like Nightcore? No, Nightcore fucking sucks. Nightcore is just like Alvin and the Chipmunks version of anime music. There's only like 3 good Nightcore songs, and they're all country music because it took that much to get them better. But generally, no, I don't like nightcore music because it's not generally just a song, and they hire the pitch and they speed it up and they just extend the song, and I think it's like the BuzzFeed of music. I think I think Nightcore is the BuzzFeed of music. Okay. It's opening some boxes. Fun, fun, fun. That's an opinion you'll accept? Wow, I'm impressed. Okay, so I gotta look down at my... Oh, Smelting 20, let's go. I have bad ears? Maybe. I gotta go to the actual phone chat and read some of these questions. I miss a bunch of them. Okay, meditation. So Pokemaster asked, mind sharing what you write about? Like at least genre, anything, info, or is it too personal early? I know the feelings you want to be an author too. Okay, cool. So, skirt. Oh. There's so many things going on right now. Okay, so genre side. Okay, so what I write about is what's called, the genre is theological fiction. So generally that's more about writing, like critical writing about religion and stuff. But theological fiction is literally a fiction that is centered upon theology as a whole. Similar to like fantasy is more like you have your general, like if you're writing fantasy, it's generally like influenced in some way by like Tolkien or Harry Potter or like King Arthur, old fantastical things, magic, witches, dragons, orcs, elves, trolls, fairy tales, things like that, general fantasy. Theological fiction is similar to fantasy. It can take place in a fantasy kind of setting, any real kind of setting, but its main goal is on religion and gods and deities and things like that. And then it takes a fictitious tale, usually to tell morals or whatever. But my story is literally like the characters have gods in them and they must fight each other to become like the new god, essentially. So very, very, very bare bones. The inspiration for my book came for me in a dream. A figure showed up. He said, "This is my name and I am a god." And I said, "Well, fuck it, let's go. Let's see how much he stacks up to other gods." And I said, "Well, we're going to make him fight every other god." And at the time, I was really, 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 really obsessed with Naruto and Bleach. Like Bleach music really, really inspires me a lot. I write a lot to Bleach music. And generally my idea was like, Naruto's really cool, but Naruto sucked in the fact that only Naruto was really good because Naruto has a tailed beast inside of him. And I said Naruto would be like 1,000 times better if Naruto would be 1,000 times better if everyone had a spirit inside of him, inside of them. It's just Naruto lucked out getting the nine-tailed fox. And I thought of this when I was in the Dominican Republic having a shower. I was on a vacation. So I thought, that'd be really, really like a cool concept. Like, because that was the problem with Naruto and even Bleach to that extent, is that only the main characters get like all the powers because they have all the plot armor bullshit, etc., 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 etc. I did watch Campione and I did watch a bit of Noragami. So basically I'm like, well, what if everyone had some spirit inside of them and some people luck out with gods, sort of like Shaman King in a way, and they all got to fight each other. Yeah, and when I write, my biggest, like when I make characters, I make my world, I make things like that, because I'm generally writing like an anime type story, but it's written in a novel form. It's not really, it's not like a graphic novel, but it's a novel, like written. And if later they want to do anime of it, and then by all means. An anime or a comic book, anything like that, cool. But, whatever. Yeah, like the tailed beasts are like super special awesome. And yes, Tufi says my book is about boobs. I've read it. I have sent Eva like the whole book like as a birthday gift like 2 years ago, like the rough draft. And there's tons of boobs in it, tons of sexual stuff. Because if you guys know anything about gods, they're all about sex. I don't know if you know, Loki is like literally a hardcore sex god. Like if you go into Norse mythology, Zeus is fucking everything and anything. He's changing into animals to get women. Like there's a lot of sexual stuff, and there's a whole. I play a lot on the concept of in Christian mythology. If you want to call it mythology, Christian theology, whatever. There's the concept of like after the Garden of Eden, they ate from the tree of the fruit of knowledge of good and evil, and they lost their innocence. They needed clothes, all that stuff. That's a human flaw. I did go to a religious school, by the way. I studied this shit. It's not full on hentai, but very, very ecchi. And similar to a light novel, but it's actually like 60 chapters long right now, like 500 pages. And what's the thing I was talking about? Fuck, I forget. Yeah, like sex is everywhere. Humans are fallen creatures, so they're aware of their nakedness. They have shame, they have sin, they have this innate fallen status. And I do like to explore the concept of characters that are unfallen. That's generally why when you see God characters in a show, it's lower than DxD. Like there's more focus on fighting and plot than there is on the other kind of plot. But generally, characters like that don't share human weaknesses, let's say. Like, they don't have inhibitions. They don't have this innate shame. So, gods will walk around naked. They'll do whatever. They don't care. You know what I mean? Like, but there's a lot of sexual stuff, but it's really, really wholesome. It's more... It's not really nakedness in a sexual sense, but nakedness in a sense of intimacy and comfort. Like, sort of like in a lot of anime, like young girls will bathe together and it's just bathing together. Like, same thing with kids. Like, you're not really aware you're naked, you're just not wearing clothes. You know what I mean? Like, there's a sort of innocence to nudity. Like, it's just a comfort level. And there's a lot of that in it. And seeing how that works in like a modern world and stuff, and how the world changes and all that stuff. Okay, so that's enough of that. That's more than I kind of wanted to get into, but if any of that interested you, like I know someone said they wanted to read it, I will try and get that published, work on that. Honestly, I wish I was laid off for Corona so I could work on that, but I'm not. I am not. I'm just talking about it as a comparison, because we don't generally have situations where like huge double G titty women are like just sitting in a bathtub, but everyone's just like chill about it, you know? I'm just saying that gods have a certain innocence about it. Like, the gods don't care that they're naked, they're just not wearing clothes. Anyway, I'm rambling. This won't be an AMA without a question. What's my favorite hentai? My favorite hentai is Man Kitsu Happening. It's a 4-part hentai. The plot is that this guy, he can't get a job because no matter where he goes, his luck triggers and women fall for him in awkward situations, and they just have sex all the time. And it's actually hilarious. He gets a job at a manga shop, and he just bangs these 4 women all the time. And it's really awesome. Really good animation. Great story. I love it. I've watched it maybe 2 or 3 times. Like more artistic purity depictions. Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, back when in Greek mythology, like they have statues like David. The statue of David is a picture not of nakedness, not of attraction, but is a picture of the appreciation of the human form. And like you have like all the goddesses, they have their togas on and their breasts hanging out, but it's just a sign of admiration, not one of lust, let's say. I mean, lust is definitely there, but it eventually gets dulled out. It just becomes part of who you are in the existence. But it's more like reading an anime of anything. Like, if like, we did a writing exercise in school, like, we had to write 100 pages, a button. We had to write 100 pages for an assignment. And, I did that no problem, like 10 pages a chapter, it was fine. But when we were like doing world building, yes, they are. They're not Oogie boxes. They're skill card boxes. It is going to be a long ass stream, I know. But we're doing the question. We're doing this exercise, and one of the questions was, what moral thing does your book try to convey? Like, what moral, what lesson? And I said, there's no inherent moral I'm trying to convey in this story. I'm just trying to tell a story that's going to be awesome and amazing. And any morals that are in it are discovered along the way and are not intentional. It just depends how the story goes, which would be a better reflection of life, because you don't live life expecting to find some great epiphany. You live life trying to like avoid the suffering and get better as you go. Like, if you want to tell a story about a certain theme, those are short stories. This is a fucking adventure. You know? Like, there's a difference. So, when I answered that question, I really just answered it saying I'm not doing that. Because I think if you write just for a theme, you're not really writing. Because you can convey a theme, like, any way you want. And you convey a theme accidentally if it affects the story. Like, if the story... You don't compromise the story to express a theme, but you express the story to you express the story, and anything that happens within the confines of the story, it's up to the reader to discover their own epiphany and their own morals based on their actions. You can't just write a story and say good to be good, good to be good. Like, I'm pretty sure One Piece wasn't written to convey the concept of how important freedom is. It's something you discover along the way when you see all these other characters who don't have freedom and they suffer because of it along the journey. Like, that's a theme of One Piece, like, for example. But I don't think Oda wrote it to convey such a theme solely, or else freedom would be One Piece. Like, it wouldn't work. Just for example. So it is going to be a long story, yeah. And it is kind of One Piece style in terms of party members and stuff. It reminds me of the Death Note author saying that there was no theme you wanted to convey and that they didn't want to write... Yeah, exactly. Right and wrong should be decided by the situation at hand. And, you know, there are some things that are just universally right and some things are universally wrong. But in different situations, killing someone is generally wrong. But if it means saving your lover, well, fuck it, it was the right decision. You know what I mean? Everything's situational. Nothing's black and white. Okay, so I am missing a bunch of questions here. And I apologize. It's just, you know, hopefully you guys are enjoying me rambling and talking. So, Tufi asked, if I was in the Boku no Hero world, what would be my quirk? So, My Hero Academia, spiders, fuck spiders, kill them, fuck them. I'm not racist towards humans, I'm racist towards fucking spiders. Fuck them. Fuck them. I see a spider, I kill him. What is this? Asuka skill card. Whatever. What is this? I hate spiders, fuck them. I hate their whole existence. This is a gold... I'm getting skill card Asuka. What is this? It's a gold box. Why am I getting Asuka cards? Anyway. So about this question from My Hero Academia. If I could have a quirk from if I was in My Hero Academia, what would my quirk be? I'm going to answer this in two parts. One part would be, if I had to take a quirk that was already in My Hero Academia and use it for myself, what would I want? Oh, it's Chichiro 6. Nice. I'm not sure. I don't think that's what the question's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be like, if I was there, like, what would my quirk be? Generally, I would probably want teleportation, I'd say. I'd either want teleportation or I'd want the ability to... Generally, I want the Sharingan. Like, I want the ability to copy anything I've ever seen someone do exactly. Like, people forget that about the Sharingan because of all the bullshit powers later on, like Susanoo and shit. But, I would want the ability that if I see someone do something, I can copy them. Like when Sasuke saw Rock Lee use Lotus style techniques, movements, he was able to copy that and assimilate him into his own power. Um, like that's what I would want. Like if I could have a quirk, like I would want that ability to be able to like copy anyone, whatever else anyone else is doing. Either that or teleportation. But if I had to take a quirk that was in like all for one ability, well, in a way, like if someone else like learned to do something, steal other quirks. Well, I wouldn't really be able to steal their quirks, but I'd be able to steal, like, I'd be able to copy their movement, be able to copy their techniques, like, stuff like that. Oh, an artisan sword. Yeah. Charlotte? Cool. I haven't watched that yet, but Eva says it's really, really awesome. Okay. I don't really know, like, the quirks in that show. What would I take for my own? I don't even remember them. Hey, Mahmoud, how you doing? Hey, some more Zenith medals. Let's go. In a way, Kakashi, but I guess. Like the raccoon idea? That's where you got the... Oh, that's where you got the idea. Oh no, do not commit delete. Don't do that. Hey, Zenith medals. I'm trying to think of my hero and I don't remember any of the quirks. I don't remember anything that I would want. Like... Eraserhead is really awesome, but if you had that in the real world, it'd be useless. I don't even know. Yeah. Yeah, he had that power for sure. Anyone he touches, he could copy them or whatever. Yeah, he could have done that. He could have, but he didn't know, so he doesn't know. Yeah. I guess. Yeah. Yeah, the ice and fire is definitely best. Like Todoroki's thing is really awesome because artisan sword because you get two basically. Trying to think. I'd probably take Momo Yaoyorozu's quirk, like the ability to create anything so long as I know how to make it. I'd probably take that. Like then I could just be like, "Oh, I need a thing. I'm going to make the thing." Like to be like and think about it. You'd be able to take all the fat in your body and just make stuff and then sell it. You'd be able to eat as much food as you want and then turn the food into stuff and then sell the stuff. Like that would work. Exactly. You could do anything so long as you knew how to make it. For less farm, exactly. I'd make some stuff. Like a true pug. No, pugs are ugly. You're on an iPad? Cool. But this coronavirus money? What's coronavirus money? Are you selling masks to people? What's this coronavirus money you speak of? Yes, yes. I remember that part where they said, so your power's kind of like poop, right? She started crying. Yeah, because then you'd know the ingredients to everything and you'd be like, pop, 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 pop. But it'd be definitely really good. He's selling Corona, that's right. He's selling snake oil. We're getting lots of Zenith medals. I guess that's true too. Oh, the stimulus package in the United States, most people get money. I got my income tax today. That was sick. Heading to Kasatsu? Alrighty. I'll see you there. So, any other questions? She doesn't want to mess up the economy? Let me tell you a little thing. In my book, there are characters that are called material types. Like, I have 5 different types of character classes. Like, there's material, beast, energy, arts, and spiritual. There's 5 different types of classifications. And material types can, like, make materials, whatever their affinity is. And if someone can make gold, they will literally just make gold and sell it. Like, they don't give a fuck. Like, they don't give a shit about that. It's like a plot point, too. But, like, I think about stuff like that, too. Just because we were talking about that earlier. I don't want to spoil too much stuff. Are you able to run Elios normal at 121? You should be able to, so long as you can do 200 million damage. Boku no Pico. Oh boy, that was the day. So what's this question? If I could make a doll, what would you make it? Meaning boosts and whatnot. What would I make it? So, like, if I could make a Vanguard accessory, I'd make an Aurelia accessory. So, the Aurelia accessory would be 20% attack, 20% HP, no SP at all. I would give it... like 30 rain and a damage multiplier on the accessory. 10 cooldown and 10 crit. It would be a clone to me, that's right. No, it's like, fine, 2 elements, like 69 rain and like 69 mountain, because I like my mountain. It's not usable. I can't play. I don't have a Boruto game. I mean, if they made Boruto Clash of Ninja, I'll play the fuck out of it. But they stopped playing the Clash of Ninja games. You're damn right, 69 mountains, let's go. So what's my favorite mythology? Like, you love Hade? I'm not sure I know what Hade is, unless that's Hades. But out of his 2 brother, he's less of an asshole. So I have Storm 4, but I deleted all my data on it. That's a good question, Shino. I will get to that soon. I gotta open lucky boxes, my dude. Holy jumping Jesus. Okay, don't crash me there, water boy. What's going on here? Where's this water coming from? Oh, Eva's got the water. Oh, I thought it was Anju. I don't know who was getting me wet over here. Man, I played a pro guy in Storm. Holy shit. Holy fuck. Almost beat him one time. I used to play Storm all the time. I was answering a question. It was something. Something to do with something. Does anyone remember what the question was? Sorry, I just know what you look like. Let me see. I see a bunch of questions about K-pop. Let me scroll up here. There was a question here somewhere. Shit. Oh yeah, there'd be affinity on it somewhere. Don't worry about it. I thought I missed a question. What was I talking about? Oh, my favorite mythology. Thank you. Man, it would say water. That's how good it is. Faded? Can Sparrow have faded? No, I don't. If Sparrow could have faded, holy fuck. No, I don't think Sparrow can have faded contractor. I don't think so. I think it's just confining terror. My favorite mythology. So my favorite mythology. I've read a lot of it. My favorite mythology. I just knew the minute I saw you. The minute I saw you, I knew. It's just the power of love. Well, that's where you're wrong, kiddo, because Oda has 20% attack and affinity, just not much. That's where you're wrong, kiddo. My favorite mythology is definitely like, my favorite mythology is probably... Ah, shit. My own? No. Probably Greco-Roman mythology. I'm getting shot. Greco-Roman mythology because they're the most fun, most polytheistic mythologies, whatever you want to call it. Really, really love like all the gods of everything. I grew up watching like Hercules and Hercules the movie. I loved it. I still remember it. I love that movie so much. One of my favorites. I really, really like Greco-Roman mythology. It's probably my favorite. I like different gods and stuff from different things, for sure. Like different things, different Egyptian. I like Egyptian mythology too. I like that stuff. Pharaohs and Yu-Gi-Oh! Really brought that on. Fuck, there's a lot of medals in here. Probably got like 1,000 medals just sitting here for like years. Most polytheistic in Japan, everything. Yeah, exactly. For sure. Did you know Aphrodite was originally, besides being... Yeah, Aphrodite for sure. Thanks for the hearts. Like, I wish I could talk about everything, because Aphrodite... I did a lot with Aphrodite. Let's just say, in my book, there's a character based around Aphrodite, and when I designed her, I took it upon myself to create a character more beautiful than Rias, and at the time I was super Rias hyped, and it took me a while to figure it out, and I did it. I succeeded in making the character the most beautiful character ever. It's a really awesome thing, and I can't wait for people to read about that. But Aphrodite's really awesome. Yeah, Aphrodite's like love, war, fertility, all that stuff. Aphrodite is so much to her. She's not just beautiful things. That's right. Do I know how to draw? Very poorly. But if I needed to, I can draw. Like, sometimes I get to a part in the book where I don't think self-publishing is good. I don't like self-publishing. I've talked to other self-publishers and very rarely works well. I think it's better to get another publisher who's going to actually market your book for you. I don't think self-publishing is very reliable. Exactly. And it took a while, and it's really cool. Shit, I was answering a question. I forget what it was. So I forget a lot. Okay, there's too many metals in here. What the fuck? It's all just metals. Just 500 boxes of metals. Yeet. I have to. Dang it, YouTube, your chat is not long enough. Do I know how to draw? No, I don't know how to draw very well, but if I have to get to a point when I'm writing and I have to describe something and I can see it in my head but I can't see it well enough, I will take out a pen and paper and I will draw it or whatever it is so I can get a good thing about it. Like I can actually see it. I've drawn some concept art for some of my characters, some of their abilities, weapons, things like that. They do have like a big symbol, like a big insignia, like a logo that evolve. Okay, so this is a really cool thing. So like every character has like something that is iconic to them, and the characters have like a crest, sort of like a fairy tale. You have like the little fairy tale wing thing, but for this is like a crest, like a symbol, sort of like a magician circle. And for every like new party member that joins the group, a part of their symbol gets added to the overall crest of the group. And how I drew this was really cool. I started drawing it like one piece at a time. Like the original like four people, I drew all their little parts into the crest. And I took a picture of it every time I added something. So every time I added like a new person joining or whatever, I added a little bit of their crest to the overall crest, and I took a picture, new one, every step of the way. So eventually, I can look back and look at it at every single stage of the story and like progression and stuff like that. For sure. And it's really, really cool. Like I drew it all out and I took a picture of it step by step by step by step by step. And originally I would, if I had that much control, I would have it so that the cover of the book would be the crest at each specific point in the story, depending on like what party members get added. So that like if I had fans, they would look at the cover and be like, wait a minute, there's a new one on the crest, there's new characters in this book, or there's new people getting added, or things like this, and like it'd be like a meta knowledge or something like that. What about red or brown? I prefer brown, to be honest. I like brown things. I like trees and shit. There's red and brown right here. What would be my second class if I didn't use spear? Twin sword then bow. I do really, really like bow and twin and spear, but I like twin next. I did play twin a lot more than I played bow. Bluefang blade is sick. That's a paintbrush. Whoa. You got the skill. That's so cool. Yeah, like it could be on the... Yeah, exactly. Like it could be like somewhere. For sure. But it's just things you think about, for sure. Like, one thing I'll say is that I've made the book and the characters so open-ended that my friend I would bounce things back between in university, like I taught him like the method in which I make characters and stuff like that, and it's so plug and play that I would get him to make like filler characters for me. Because I hate this. I hate making a character that's just going to die. I hate this, okay? Like if I get to a point and it's like, oh shit, I'm gonna need someone to like fight and die. Like I don't want to make someone who's gonna fight and die. Like I don't want to make a jobber. So I'll like outsource my jobbers. Like, hey, this is the method. Can you like pick something and make someone and just like put this all together and just go with the flow and do this? And he actually made me like a whole bunch. And like some of them are themed and it was really cool. Like it's a very, very open-ended system. Like after I would get things going, I would literally have like a thing and like have people like, this is the format to make a character, this, and I would like outsource it to like fans to submit their own characters and I could play with them. A manga about demons? I said jobber. It's like a wrestling term. Like, let's say you want to like hype up the Undertaker, so you throw out a jobber. And a jobber is like this guy who's going to show up, and he just exists to make the other character look good. Popular manga about demons, and the author's deleting every character's existence. Yeah, and sometimes it's like that. Like, people die in Attack on Titan all the time. People die in Akame ga Kill and things like that. Exactly, like you create a character just to die. Yeah. Like I don't like that. I put too much work into something, like I don't like making, and here's my thing, okay? Like earlier I was talking about like I wanted to make something like if everyone had Naruto's power, like if everyone was equally like put like on equal ground all the time. My main thing I focus on is balancing. Like I want every character to be built the same way I make the protagonist. Like I want everyone to have the exact same advantages and disadvantages. Like I want it to be made in such a way that, like, you ever think like what if Naruto wasn't the main character? Like what if Lee was the main character? Like how many powers would he have with his concept if he was nurtured as much as Naruto, let's say? Like, you know what I mean? Like they can make the whole story about Lee. It's like, oh, it's a great ninja world. Look at all this shit. Here's a kid that can't do ninjutsu, and here's his story. Like, they could take Lee and do it, and Lee has the Nine Tails or whatever the fuck. Like, balancing is the main thing for me. So, like, whenever I make any character at all, I make them in a way from the ground up that any single one of them could be the protagonist if the plot depended on it. So, like, if a main character, and then all the characters are built so that they can exist at an end game perspective and at a chapter 2 perspective. Like if they're like weak sauce, or if they're like god tier. And that way, like, depending when they come into the story, I know exactly when that character has exactly as much powers or whatever. With someone in an anime, and I think a lot of that comes from like me playing fighting games and stuff, where like in fighting games, like, yeah, the main character is the main character, but generally every character needs to be good enough to everyone can play them. So I try to think of it like that. Black Clover, a boy that had no magic but works hard as exactly. Like they did that in fuck, that's a good show. The show about the guy who goes through dimensions, and he doesn't have magic, but he has like energy magic. It was a good anime. It was very ecchi. I can't remember what it's called, but it was a good show. Like it's a similar concept. But you know what I'm saying? Like, if to explain like how I design a character, let's say, like power, like generally I come up with like a concept. Like they'll have like some specific concept, I build around the concept, and I make it so that every character needs to have 5 tools, basically. Like, take example, like, let's say the character Thor has Mjolnir. Every character has, like, 5 Mjolnirs, okay? So, like, in my book, every character has, like, 5 weapons, 5 abilities, five things at base, no matter what. They have 5 things. So, like Poseidon has his spear, Thor has his hammer, this, that. Like, everyone has 5. Like, everyone has 5. And generally, like, the first one is an offense, the second one is a defense, the third one's called a game changer, the fourth one can be anything, and the fifth one is generally their ultimate, their super, their bomb, their trump card, their amazing thing. And through this little 5-point process, I plug in and develop every character and come up with what they can do. And it works. It works really well. Who's cranking Fortnite? Balance break. Exactly. Like same thing in DxD. You have balance breaker. Like you had Issei doing all his stuff, and then you had Vadi. Is that his name? Vadi? I can't remember his name. Um, but he had all these abilities. He already knew about them. But they had certain points. Like in Bleach, you have the basic weapon. You have Shikai, Bankai. Like every character had Shikai, Bankai, but not really because no one had a fucking Bankai. Just like 10 of them. But it's a similar concept. I take a lot of inspiration from Bleach and Zatch Bell, for sure. Volley? Volley, that's it. Volley. Thank you. It is Volley. That would be awesome too. But it would never happen. It would become the most popular MMO ever. But actually right now, like at work when I'm making characters, like let's just say I have a tournament scene and I'm like, a tournament's really, really cool. Like it's a big climax thing, like a tournament. It's really awesome. And in the tournament, I'm like, well, I need people to beat up. And I'm like, originally I had like maybe 8 people in the tournament. And I'm like, well, that's lame. I'm going to put like 16. And I had to make like 16 characters. And like, I really like a lot of them. I really, really like a lot of them. And they all have cool thingamabobs and all that stuff. One Piece is Zatch Bell is my favorite manga. That is right. Zatch Bell, Konjiki no Gash, my favorite manga. I love it so much. I love that shit. Go read Zatch Bell. Like, go do that. So we haven't had a question in a while. I've just been talking a lot about my book and stuff. And that's fair, but has there been any other questions? Sorry, Shino asked a question. Advice for a 117. At 117, I think you should try your best to get your 105 mags. If you already have that, great. I say go for your gargoyles, go for your dragon arcs if available. Those are really, really good and important to get. I'd suggest on weekends doing your experience tickets, getting up to 120, getting up to 125, working at it, working your way up, building maybe a Reverence 3 at 120. It's a really easier weapon to make, and you can farm that up and get it really quick and easy. I would focus on getting your 105s for sure, getting Gargs, getting Dragon Arcs if available, reward up, try to do stuff like that, take advantage, join parties. Sometimes in the weekend you see parties that say, hey, I'm doing this, you want to come, tag along, do all that stuff. Like Reverence 2 is a 120 weapon, but it's still super strong. A lot stronger than anything up. I also recommend getting your 105s, getting your 105 mags, doing Fated Contractor, doing things like that on your Makatamas, and gradually working towards your fused, doing Oni modes on and off. Like if you can do Oni Hades, Oni mode anything, play your events, get your Zenith medals, get your rewards. Make sure you really do everything and just take in all the free stuff that comes. And if you get enough medals, you can get you can buy 105s, you can buy fused. My biggest advice I can give anyone in this game who is struggling, now this is going to be a very divisive advice, but my advice is literally like, don't be afraid to pay for what you want. I know a lot of people try to be free to play and stuff. I understand that. I respect it. I don't agree with it in some regards, but I would say like, if you really, really, really need something, like you can get set. Like if you, let's say you don't want to roll, like let's say you don't want to roll all the time, you're better off just putting money in, going to someone, making a deal, being like, hey, for like someone like me, for example, like let's say you need 3 fused. Like if you came up to me and said, hey, I need 3 fuse, I will give you like 500 OC for 3 fuse mags, I would do it. I would do that in a heartbeat. Like it's way better than rolling. Like if someone needs like 3 fuse, like $50, done. Easy. Like, but basically I'm just saying always have pocket change, because sometimes you're trying to get a recipe, sometimes you find something cheap on sale, and sell stuff, find something. Like, it's always good to have OC on hand. But Shino also gave a follow-up question. Do you think I'm good with one fuse, two silhouettes, and an Akabono? Yeah, that's fine. Two fuse and a silhouette. Yeah. If you have silhouettes, you're golden. That's absolutely fine, Shino. You're exactly where you need to be. Absolutely. Did I throw you under the bus? A bit? I just... Hear me out. Hear me out. When it comes to free-to-play versus pay-to-play, or just people that enjoy themselves, if you want to be free-to-play, by all means, God bless your soul. And Pokemaster's getting to that exact thing. If you're free-to-play, God bless, do what you gotta do. But I have no sympathy for free-to-play barky boys, for barkers. You know what I'm talking about? Like, someone who's like, I'm free to play, absolutely free to play, exactly, absolutist, but the minute they can't get something, they complain and bitch and bark like there's no tomorrow. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, I don't mean it mean. I'm just saying, like, when someone's a whiner but they don't want to, like, go the extra mile, it kind of bugs me. Doesn't it make you better than me? Nope. Not at all. Results make people better than each other. Results, achievements, things like that. That's what truly makes people better than one another. But if someone wants to have a moral high... There's no contest that says how far can you get with how little money you spend. Like, there's no metric like that. There's no... like, Obama's not going to come out of your trash can and give you a medal he stole from Biden and give it to you. Like, there's no award for it. There's self-pride, you can have that, but the universe is not going to judge you any differently. Your wallet and your responsibilities might, but that's totally a person-to-person basis. So, sorry I'm missing comments, but I am trying to read some of them here. Eva did say, can I come up with a cool name in a minute? Let me try and find that. Open boxes, Rose, look. I got Oro. Yeah, Pokemaster said, it's fine to be free to play as long as you aren't insulting whales about it and acting like you're better somehow, and it applies to both sides. Exactly. It definitely does apply to... That's a good way to answer the question. Like, if you put money in the game, don't get mad at someone who doesn't put money in the game. Like, I've had someone who's like, you put money in the game? You're a fucking noob. And I'm like, shut the fuck up, bitch. Like, like, what the fuck? I'm like, if you love something, you love something. Anyway, you're showcasing your Kijimunas? Oh. Sorry, I'm barely looking at the screen, to be honest. Yes, much love, for sure. Just talking. Silhouettes are okay. Yeah, exactly. You gotta watch your negatives for sure. Pay to cry. Exactly. Okay, so you said, can I come up with a cool name in under a minute? Yeah, so what's the name about? Like, what am I naming? Like, I could come up with, like, Bilzaga or something. I don't know, that's a stupid name, but I was thinking like Beelzaga, but that's a combination of like Beelzebub and something, and that's lame. But generally, if I have a topic or something in mind or a theme, I can come up with a name like really, really quick. Share that pizza, my boy. For a male, Snow Ice male. Phrygian. Like, if it was like a book or something, you could call a guy Phrygian. But it's kind of weird. But did you steal it already? Phrygian. You're a girl? Cool. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, for sure. That's freaking plus chicken. Well, I was thinking, oh, you're stealing the pizza. Okay. Oh, cool. That's awesome. Frigida. Exactly. But I was thinking something of like frigid and something else. Like I was thinking like Frigon or like because generally any female name you can end it in like IA and it becomes a female name. Like Aurelia. Like anything with like ia is really easy. Because if you know your suffixes and your prefixes and stuff, it's really easy. A male name. For snowy ice. Maybe Arcton. And you could just call him Arc for short. But I was thinking like Arctic and man, like Anne. Arcton. Like Arctic. A minute is over. Yeah. I'm better at naming things than people. Sounds. Oh, sounds like a Pokemon in a way. Yeah. Arctan. Yes. Jon Snow. I don't know. Generally, I find the thing with guys' names is usually they have like a random ass name and then they have like a very specific last name. I find anyway. How many medals are there? God damn. Mr. Fuji. He's doing it. Yeah, like it's a special honorific. Your last name's French? Cool. My last name is English. Ow. Getting a bit of a headache. I don't know why. Any other questions people want to ask? I couldn't really come up with a name real quick, but... 2 players deleted their characters? Why did they delete their characters? Why wouldn't they just log off? Yamato in Creation? I remember Creation, but why? Do you know why? You played with them, didn't you? I think you played with Yamato. I know Raylan did, and you played with Raylan. But why'd they do that? Sometimes I find like there's no better feeling than just coming back to the game. Creation was in the Rift a lot, I remember. So, not to say that's to be expected, but I know that they're always hanging around with those kind of people. And Yamato just straight up quit? I don't know. I only talked to him a couple times. But it's sad to see them go. I'd rather someone just uninstall the game than delete their character. Have I played Horizon Zero Dawn before? No. You asked that earlier and I apologize. Didn't answer it. Well, I think that sucks. so smelting 20. We got a bunch of those now. I kind of like lost track. I don't know how many buttons I've got. Oh no, they're smelting 20. I think we're here more for the AMA than the buttons, but it's a recent treasure sword. Woohoo. We got through half of them now. What's the new mag I posted? So that's a good question. That is a request from WoW Flame, and that is the ingredients for the Kota Noah mags coming in the future. Oh, someone asked how I found Oni? Okay. But that mag is the Kota Noah mags in the future. The second form is equivalent with, it's on the same level as Tempest, potentially better. It has 3 elements, 40 fire, 40 ice, and 40 wind. No negative elements, defensive percentages, cooldown, crit force, 3 ornamentation slots. Really, really cool. Big boobs, that's how. Damn straight. No, not really. So the story of how I found Oni was, actually, it was oh, she's crashing. I mean, she's killing herself. She's committing bad. She's drinking the bad juice. Hey, it's Melton 20. So I found Oni. I actually didn't want to play Oni. My friend Nathaniel was like, hey, Logan, that's my name. A video? In the future, I'll definitely do that. He just wanted me to post the pictures. So I did that. He was pestering me all videos. So I'm gonna do it, so I did it. So I posted the 4 pictures of it. So, oh wow, her head is tilted sideways. It's kind of eerie. I'm totally not peeking up the skirt right there. It's kind of... Yes, my name is Logan. So my buddy Nathaniel, he's like, hey Logan, there's this dungeon crawler kind of anime game coming out on PlayStation in a couple days. Do you want to play it with me? I'm like, oh, maybe. He's like, yeah, give it a try. I'm like, all right, sure. And like, I usually don't like doing anything anyone recommends to me ever. Like, that's just how I am. If someone's like, hey, you should do this, I'm like, no. Like, straight up. Like, that's how I roll. But anyway, we got to play it and we had fun. I remember we used the game. They gave us 40 soul legs at the beginning of the game, and me and my buddy did like Tiamat Hell, like the first Tiamat. We leveled up like 3 times. We're like, holy fuck! And we used all 40 of our soul legs on like Tiamat right early just to hit level 40. Like, oh my god! But anyway, he said, hey, this new game's coming out. Do you want to play it? It's all anime stuff. I'm like, I guess, I don't know. And we played through it, and then I saw a picture. Before I even played it, I saw a picture of Ibaraki, like somewhere, and I'm like, all right, I'm in. Like, what's that meme now with Morty? It's like, you son of a bitch, I'm in. Like, I saw Ibaraki's titties, and I'm like, you son of a bitch, I'm in. Like, let's go. So we started playing, and we played, and it was really, really fun, and we played it for a couple days. We didn't really know how to do anything. It took us forever to figure out anything. We played it, or we were supposed to play it, but then he's like, oh man, the game got delayed a week. I'm like, what do you mean it got delayed a week? He's like, yeah, apparently Xbox didn't work or something, so they're delaying it a week. And I'm like, fucking Xbox. So that was literally day 1. Xbox fucking sucked. Because they postponed our game. And then we played it, and I played, and then he didn't like all the glitching and crashing that happened. Like, he made it to Kumaso, like, just a little bit after Kumaso, and he didn't like all the shit, so he gave up. And I kept playing it. Our other friend Daniel kept playing it, and I just kept going and going and going. I wasn't working at the time, and I just kept playing. And I fell in love with the game. I really, really enjoyed it. I liked talking to people. I liked playing. I liked doing stuff, and just played it. I mean, yeah, the Kentucky Ifrit grinding was where we did our alts. I remember we did that for sure. Yeah, Rose said he played in the beta. I didn't know there was one. I didn't really care. But I played it for Ibaraki. And that's why Kieran is like my favorite Vanguard, and I love using her. No, he would DC and stuff. He hated that. Cool. Any other questions that I may or may not have missed that people would like to answer? Or like to have answered? Or propose? Hey, it's Melton 20. Let's go. This has been a really, really fun AMA, not gonna lie. Yes. Okay. What are they? What are they? Hey, I got a black box. What's that? What's in it? Illusion Ray 7. Fuck. When will I open the oogies you want to sleep? I was planning to save them till the end. I don't know why. Ah, I see. The new wall, that's right. Can we run through the main story? I can't do that right now because I'll probably crash if I go anywhere. I opened a lot of lucky boxes, and what time is it? I'm probably going to bed after this stream. So I cannot take you through story right now. I can open one of these boxes. It's a ornamentation amulet transcendent fortune that was sitting in my inventory for probably a year. I don't think I have anything like that. What's in this one? Ornamentation amulet transcendent fortune. What's in here? Smelting amulet transcendent fortune. Smelting amulet transcendent fortune. That's what they were. The whole time. I didn't know what was in there. It's a box. It was a mystery box. That's why we always take the guaranteed items from the Yogg. We never take the mystery box, because you never know what it's going to be. Yeah, Hound Dog should be able to kill Lucifer, no problem. Yeah, like nowadays Onigiri is always active. Like there's always something to do. It's kind of annoying, but it's also nice. For sure. Let's see what's in these skill card boxes. It's probably all Illusion Ray, not gonna lie. Illusion Ray 7. Yay. Illusion Ray 5. Yay. Good luck with that. And Illusion Ray 5. Yay. No, I didn't know what was in them, to be honest. I thought they were like Akane skull cards. Prayer Crystal. Your highest login streak? I don't know. I probably logged in every single day until March or February of Onigiri. And then I remember Storm 4 came out and I like quit because Onigiri never got an update. So I like quit Onigiri to go play I quit Onigiri to go play Naruto Storm because I wasn't getting an update. And then Onigiri got an update, and then I came back, and I had to work a hockey tournament that weekend. And I had fever, and I lost a lot of fever, and I couldn't really do anything, and I was really upset because everyone was playing with fever and having fun, and I was fucking working. I was so sad. It bugged me. But then after, I fucking came in like a wrecking ball. Whew. Good luck with that. You're going all over the place. What did Eva say? Dang it, I missed so much chat. Holy moly ravioli. Zunda arrow on Grace? No. I mean, Zunda arrow Oogie? Maybe. On a spear? Nah. On like a bow or something else that doesn't have good wind? Yeah. Like on a sword? Yeah. But I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Zunda Hyper. I'm not a fan of anything Zunda, to be honest. I hate Zunda. I hate Zunda the most. I hate her the most. I really, really hate Zunda. I don't like Zunda at all. I hate Zunda. It's like the only thing I hate about this game is Zunda. Oh my god, I'm getting shot. Yeah, I don't like... I have a 1 scroll Zunda. She's level 1. I don't care. I do not like Zunda. Hey, experience boost. Don't like Zunda at all. We have 200 lucky boxes left. Does body party increase... What? Are there any outdated guide videos here I should avoid? Or you wish you would update change? Okay, I think you're asking, does body party increase the amount of gold experience a gold Daruma gives you? I think yes. Only if it changes the level that the gold Daruma is. Like if the gold Daruma spawns at 145, then he'll give you more experience than the one that spawns at 142. So if the body party affects the... I never have enough time to look at a gold Daruma's level. I apologize. But if body parties affect the gold Daruma's level, then yes, you'll get more experience from it. Are there any outdated guide videos here I should avoid or you wish you would change update? There's probably a lot of guides that should be avoided at this point because they are out of date. A lot of early guides. Vanguard guides hold up pretty good. The only thing I say is if you watch an old Vanguard guide, take it with a grain of salt and factor in your own cooldown. Because if you have enough cooldown to get away with only using 2 skills instead of 3 or something else like that, then go for it. Like, the guides are like a guide. They're not one-to-one, but they're, you know, a starting point. Like, use it as a guide, and then as you feel your experience change with a Vanguard or whatever, maybe you need a certain skill. Like, I changed my Valkyrie the other day to farm experience. Like, you can tweak things. Like, generally I like to, like, explain every skill and go over, like, this is bad, this is good. And then how you set them up in the end is going to come down to preference. As for character guides, I would love to have a guide that just says, look, all these recipes are reduced. Generally, you want to get 3 105 mags. You want to put Faded Contractor on all 3 of them. You should use band-aids on these mags. You should use ornamentation items. You should farm these materials. And you should get 3 105s, 3 fused, Faded Contractor, and then a 4th mag that is really easy to use, like a Sparrow, Rosso, Nayuta, anything that really fits, and play with the ornamentations on those mags, make them easy to get, something craftable, and make a whole bunch of them with different kinds of ornamentations, like critical, crit force, element, etc., etc., and generally that's how most builds are going to be. I'd also say make sure everyone builds a bunch of Chiamis and ornament them all with like a heavenly shield and try to get different element Chiamis for when you need to stay alive, because late game is filled with monsters and bosses that do not die in under a minute. Bosses that don't die in under 2 minutes. You know, you got to fight these things for a while, and the battle at that case is a battle of attrition, a battle of you not dying, and a battle of them not killing you while you kill them. And in most cases, for later bosses, having a Chiami, having constant healing, really, really makes a difference. It really, really does. So, if I could redo guides, and I could, I should, it would generally be something of that extent. Things more universal. And I kind of want to just do weapon guides moving forward. Like, I do want to do an overall guide of what I pretty much just said, like how to build your character, mags, ornamentations, weapons, and things like that. But I do want to do, like, weapon guides for sure. Like, if a new weapon came out, like Elios, I want to, like, say, okay, for Spear, you should put one Whirlwind Thrust 7 because the cooldown is so good, you only need one. I recommend putting Stone Spire Barrier because it's mountain. You need a mountain weapon at some point. Make a Horse Mag, get mountain. For Ogies, put Earth Upending Spear and or Gakaho Mega Wave or something like that. And I would do that for, like, I want to do more weapon guides now instead of other things. You got toilet paper? Nice. Day 10 Ryu or L End of Days? Day 10 Ryu is a lot better. For the most part. Night Sky went with us a lot longer than the other one did. I think I missed a question or something. I don't think I missed a question, and if I did, whatever. Weapon guide, warding of Ignis. Well, when we get them, for sure. I do want to do stuff on my computer, like take the weapon, put the skills on the screen, and try and play with it, like more audio and visual guides, because I find I got open boxes for sure. Absolutely, everyone should use a Sparrow. That's a great pro tip. Like, everyone should have a Sparrow until they're 134. At 134, you can start using Raso. You can start using other chakra thingies. Or just even put more stuff on a Sparrow. But Sparrow just universally is just really good because the ornamentations are generally better than the mag. Absolutely, I agree. Oh. Yeah, for sure. Vanguards really, really help. Super strategy. Oh. Yeah, the Sparrow Bakatama. Oh. This little guy right here. Sparrow. This was an epiphany for me when I figured out you could do shit with the Sparrow. The Sparrow is a 2-chakra mag that you can ornament. It's a Spear Magatama that gives you 14% Spear Affinity and 5 Pierce. However, it is a 2-chakra mag that is very, very easily craftable, and you can put, like, Confining Terror or Unblinking Eye on it or Heavenly Shield on it, and has 2 slots. And like me, I have a near perfect double crit force Sparrow that I use always. It's 30 crit force. And I have Sparrows for different situations. Good night. Alrighty, sleep tighty tight. Thanks for coming out. Great idea to do the AMA. We got Illusion Ray 6. Yeah, you can make a 48 like a 40 plus element Sparrow, and you can really use them depending on your builds for sure. And generally, like, let's say you don't want to ornament a fuse, like you don't want to risk getting bad ornaments, then you can ornament another mag that's really, really easy to get until you get perfect ornaments and play like that. And generally that was the mentality before we had the ability to remove ornamentations, but those are still limited in resource, but it's still something to think about. Any other questions? Ugh. Alrighty, Pokemaster, for sure. I enjoyed your questions and questions about authoring and writing and stuff, for sure. I do love talking about that stuff. I could do a whole writing channel, like, honestly, I would love to. That's if Onigiri did go down, I'd probably be doing a lot more stuff like that for sure. The removals are in the Niet. They should be, man. Fuck. No more sigils. Give me mag removal. Like, that'd be great. Yeah, for sure, man. Thanks for coming out. Yeah, she has that perfect lion dog. I know, it's so good. Who's this? Oh, Shino. Oh, yeah, it'd be great. I have a couple other channel ideas. Like, I have another channel called What If Gaming, where we look at games and we say, what if we just talk about the what if, like, what if this character was in it? Like, what could we do? What would the DLC be? What ways could we make the game better? What do we expect in the sequel? And I would just talk about anything and everything. I'd really like that for sure. You can buy them with OC? That's great. They should be in there, to be honest. An Onigiri sequel? If they did do a true Onigiri sequel, they would have to do some kind of legacy. Like, they'd have to do a legacy package. Like, you should be able to transfer your account. Like, let's say they need to reset everyone to max to, like, level whatever. But, like, if it is straight up Onigiri 2, like, they should you should be able to keep all your vanguards and stuff. Even if they get reworked and stuff, you should get a ticket that says, hey, I own this many of this many of this, and then when they get released, you can redeem them for it. Like, I think something like that should happen. Max level is 135. Well, think about it. Generally, you don't pay for your gear. Like, these are the things you pay for. Like, you should, I think, like, if they did Onigiri 2, like, because let's say they have to rebalance everything, make everything, whatever. You can't just go to Onigiri 2 and have all your shit. Either it's 100% transfer, or it's you at least keep the Nian stuff. But it's hard to say. Really, really hard to say. Experience Dungeon Hell can only take you up to 130. After that, you have to farm dungeons. Hey, another button. I think we're at like 10 now. 10 button? That's fucking horrible. Yeah. Any other questions? Hey, another button. So I would be fine losing all the stuff I made over the 2 years in Onigiri. So the thing is, like, if it happens to everyone and it's literally Onigiri 2 and everything's better, the combat is pretty much the same but better in every single way. Weapons have more skills and weapons have better skills and this and that, and they overhaul the entire game. And like, if they did all that stuff but they let me like keep the things I paid for, things like that, then yeah, like, it's a new adventure, you know what I mean? Like, chances are I'm not gonna have a silhouette stabber or a Grace or a White Brilliance, but they'll make new stuff, you know, and I already have the experience. It would be a new adventure. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be really awesome. Like, honestly, how awesome would it be to have, like, the core mechanics and gameplay of Onigiri, and you, like, double it. You make everything flawless, seamless, and just plays pretty much the same, but better. And then you had the graphics of, like, Terra, or the graphics, like a graphic upgrade of, like, Storm graphics, like Naruto Storm graphics. You know how freaking good that would be? Like, PS5 fucking graphics? That'd be like the best game ever. Because honestly, it's not all the bad stuff about Onigiri that we play for, it's all the good stuff. Like Onigiri's combat, the skills, the rolling, the Onigiri is generally like, to me it's a Dynasty Warriors light game. Like, there's mobs, you go in the dungeon, you do attacks, like, you don't have to log on. Like, honestly, I hate like combat in other MMOs. Like, I legit despise it because I compare everything to Onigiri. Like, I've tried like Terra and Final Fantasy and other games like MMOs, their combat. I really don't like in Terra. Like, I hate the end game. I absolutely despise the end game. I don't like it that it has, like, oh, you have to have a certain item level to enter this dungeon, or whatever that bullshit is. And, like, in the end, you only have, like, I don't like class-based MMOs. I don't. I like Onigiri. You get to play. You can do anything you want. You can do anything you want at all. You're not tied to a class. You build your weapons the way you want to. Yes, there's RNG, but whatever the fuck. And I like that my weapon is not going to be like your weapon. What you do with this thing is not going to be what I do with this thing. There's so much individualism, so much individual choices, options, luck involved in Onigiri that makes your experience unique yet similar to everyone else's. Yes, there's an ideal path to take or skills to put, things like that. Well, the story's glitched. I can't do the new story. But I like that about Onigiri. In games like Terra, where you play a class, it's just leveling up. Everyone has the exact same skills. Everyone has the exact same, like, stuff. Like in Terra, it's literally do this attack into 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 this attack. Like, you look up a guide and it just says do this attack, this attack, this attack, this attack, this attack, and then repeat and just do that over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Block when you're gonna get hit. And I'm like, shut. Like, I don't care. That's boring to me. I don't like that. Like, I don't like how restrictive and bland that kind of combat is. Yes, in Onigiri, there's only so many skills, but the weapons amplify the skills. The weapons have new effects. The Magatamas have effects. The Vanguards come in, and they take your build, and they use it in a different way. Like, the fact that Onigiri has Vanguards, which is a way to enter a superpowered state that brings in a whole new playstyle, it constantly refreshes the game. Like, I really, really love that. Like, yeah, I don't want to pay for Vanguards. I don't want to, I don't like that part of it. But I love the fact that, oh my god, a new Vanguard comes out and you play them and they're good. But they have to make every Vanguard good. They have to stop making shit Vanguards, okay? Like, don't do that. If a Vanguard comes out, like, make every Vanguard, like, not as, like, play the same as Miyamoto, but, like, make them all good. Make them all have some broken skills. Every character needs to be a little bit broken to be good. Like, honestly. Not 100%, like, made a KG Vanguard full at the beginning, kill everything in 2 seconds. Like, every Vanguard needs to have something that makes them special. Something that makes them good. And something enjoyable. Kentucky is A little girl that can go say "Go Hase" like 18 times, and she throws wind and water and just hits, and it's awesome. And you have invincibility frames. That's what Kentucky is. She's a little bear girl, Care Bear. Yeah, like I love the Vanguard system, like the ability to, yes, this is my main character, this is my base, this is what I build for, and but Vanguards allow me to take upon a different play style without changing my whole kit. Like honestly, I just really love the personalization and individual care that goes into every person's character in this game. Like I don't like other games where it's just, hey, just do these combos in rotation. And I don't like in Final Fantasy you have to target every fucking thing before you hit it. Like, Onigiri has hitboxes. If someone walks in front of your attack, you hit them. Oh, you weren't targeting them? I don't give two flying fucks. Like, I don't like that specific AoE bullshit, and you have to aim things right, and do this stupid bullshit. I want to just hit stuff. Onigiri has realistic hitboxes and movement, and control, and greatness. I like that. It's a Dynasty Warrior light MMO experience with customization out the fucking wazoo. And a steep learning curve that's difficult. I love that. I love that so much. Okay. Whatever happened to them, they ran out of people to bully and they moved on with their life. And I don't know. I don't really care. Whew. A ballerina outfit? I think we do have some kind of tutu stuff. They're like the gothic lolly outfits, but for sure. They do need to add more outfits. They used to have really creative stuff like dragon wings. Like, we need stuff like phoenix wings. We need, like, yeah, we get the succubus stuff, but we need stuff like straight up like phoenix wings. We need stuff like, there's gonna be a really fucking cool dragon armor that comes later, by the way. It's on a PC update. Fucking sick as shit. It's super awesome. It's like some kind of Makami armor. Looks awesome. Like, look forward to that. But yeah, they need more outfits and stuff. Like, I hate that every time you roll, like, it's always the same, like, things, always the same underwear. Like, it's kind of exciting to get new stuff. Like, you don't want to get it. You want every ball to be a platinum, but when it's not, you want it to be something nice. Yeah, Xbox gets updates, like, once a year, if that. It's really sad. Zunda Saber 5. I still had a Zunda card. Oh my god. Oh. COVID-19 armor? Is that what it is? Protects you? Oh, the breathing mask. Oh, I see, I see. They'll protect you. Any other questiones? This is an AMA. You can ask anything at all. We are down to our last 120 boxes, so another 20 minutes or so. I don't know if it really sucks on Xbox, but it is definitely not as updated, and it actually lags the fuck on Xbox, and I'd say it's completely inferior version, absolutely. It's probably the worst Onigiri. If it wasn't for the updates on the Switch, Xbox would be better than the Switch. But because the Switch gets updated, the Switch is better. But although the Switch, I hate playing on it. Like for Onigiri, because anytime you want to type to someone, the whole screen fucking closes. And it lags, and I hate that. I don't know how many medals I got. Must have been like 3,000 medals. Yeah, it's on the Switch. Just recently, it's like Switch and Steam. We got Zunda Saber 5. Yay! It's gonna be so weird to not have lucky boxes. Oh my god. Soul Egg. We didn't get many Soul Eggs. Yeah, they put it on like last summer or something like that. It's on Steam as well. I think they share a server. However the hell that works. Hey, a button. Woohoo! Oh, less than 100 boxes. Let's go. It's melting 20. Woohoo! Static Axe. I remember Static Axe. Does anyone remember Static Axe? Does anyone still use Static Axe? No, but here's the thing. Oh, to the person on Switch with Max, Zunko, and Kiritan doing Yogg like it's nothing. Yeah, they had they had Zunko before Yogg. Like it's so weird the timeline on Switch. Maybe. It's possible, but they put it on there. Oh damn. Hope you get some gold Daruma soon. What dungeon are you doing? I like to... Well, you have to be able to do the boss. I don't know what dungeon you're doing. I usually get a lot of them in Tiger. Yeah, you can do Suzaku Mansion as well. Yeah, that's fine. You could, like, when I'm leveling a mount, I just do Suzaku Mansion, like, the first floor, and then I leave. And I come back, and I leave, and I come back. That's what we did back in the day. Ice Stone. There are 85 boxes left. Any questions you would like to ask? Am I a Vigor build or a power build? I am... at least once. I don't know. I am a daring build, actually. I believe so. Is that on the status page? Yeah, I am daring. I have 120 total power, maximum vit plus your extra, no wisdom investment, 80 total mind and like 129 dex. Do I know where you can get what stone? Where you can get stones? You can do the daily search in the wardings, and every day it's a different stone. Other than that, you can make and break different mags to get different stones. Yeah, I am, Venus. We got boxes to open. What game you don't want to play anymore, Rena? Onigiri? Really quick, I'll explain what mags you can make and break. Hey, Super Z, how you doing? Okay. So hear me out. Generally, any power mag, like affinity mag, if you break it down, is going to give you one of the 3 physical mags: cutting stones, piercing stones, or crushing horn stones. Those 3 are going to come from any like sword, odachi, axe, affinity mag. And the higher the purity, the more stones you tend to get. So the best ones tend to be mags like Keiragi, Kakatu, Igetsu, mags needed to make the 105s, those affinity mags. Spear affinity mags, I'm not sure. I think they give you like dark stones. I'm not really sure. I don't remember. I don't break down a lot of those mags, to be honest. Mind mags are going to give you light stones and fire stones. Knowledge type are going to give you ice and lightning. Skill type is going to give you like Miracle and Fortitude. And yeah, I think these ones are Dark and Thunder, maybe. No, some other stone. But generally, I find myself only making and breaking mags for Mongokus because they give you ice stones, dark stones, and thunderstones. They're really, really good. In the mind mags, you have Komokazuchi. You can make and break that for light and fire mags or stones, infernal stones. You need Miracle and Fortitude. I think it's the skill mags. I don't know what you can make and break in here. Can you make and break panthers? Is that a thing? I guess you can make and break panthers if you want to give up your spirit mirror shards. It's kind of a lot of spirit mirror shards though. I wouldn't make a Zonos. I could be wrong. But there's some mags you can make and break to get stones, and other times you can Rena, you gotta log in every day and get your Lucifers. You gotta take advantage. Don't uninstall. Just take a break. Go watch some hentai. Okay, to continue with these boxes, and everyone who's still here, 2.5 hours in, thanks very much. I appreciate you. I enjoy these videos a lot. It's actually a lot of fun. Any other questiones? Yeah, Lucifer's awarding right now with reward up on it. Hey, a smelting button. Woo! Beckoning cat. Medals. I'm gonna look at how many medals I have because I don't do anything Oni mode and I have a shit ton of medals. Rena, you need to take a chill pill. And plumes are important. You'll be crying for plumes later. Gotta get in the dungeon. Artisan sword and a button. Holy shit. Let's go. Or maybe I got a salt in 20. I don't know what it was. Soul leg. Woohoo. White peacock. Smelting 20. Let's go. I know, Nana. We're almost done. We're down to our last 63 boxes. Twin Blade Celestia. Smelting 10. I needed Smelting 10s to be honest. I was running out of that shit. Oh my god, it gave me another one. Oh my god, medals. This is like 250, 260 medals right in front of us. Or no, wait. Yeah, it's like 150 per. 100 medals. 150 medals. 200 medals. 300 medals. Oh my god. Oh, do I see 350? Holy shit. 350 medals in fucking minutes. This man is a hacker. There you go, dude. Good luck. Oh, is it 400 medals? I see 400 medals. 450. Do I see 500? I see 500 medals. Oh my god. This is amazing. I see 540 medals. What the fuck? Why are they all here? Do I see 600 medals? 650 medals. What the fuck is going on? 700 medals. Holy shit. 750 medals. Oh my god. 800 medals. What the shit? 850 first class medals. 850 medals. Woo! That's a lot of medals. You know how many Gemini mags that is? Holy shit. A button! Woohoo! Eva would have cried if she saw me open 850 medals. Oh my god. It's kind of a good thing she went to bed. Oh, another button! Woo! Every time we talk about Eva, we get buttons. Eva, give me a button! No buttons. Can we get 1,000 medals? Exactly. I don't think there's any more medals in here. But we definitely got 1,000 throughout the course of it, because I had a bunch everywhere. Prayer crystal. We got 5 golds in a row. That's where the good luck is. Let's see what we can get. A high potion. Oh my god. What is this? Oh. Is there shit in here? Oh, good. I thought high potions were going to go in here or something. Well, fuck. I can't get high potions. I probably can't get artisans either. Oh. Can I get a mega potion, please? Yeah, well, what the fuck? Sometimes Onigiri's like that. It's like it can't do 2 things at once, but it can do like 1 thing at a time. Prayer crystal, I'll take that. I use a lot of prayer crystals. Holy moly. Smelting 20, let's go. Smelting 10, woohoo. No, these are my buttons. You can't have them. I'm gonna need them for some. Oh my god, do I see 900 medals. 900 medals. That was an unexpected surprise. And a smelting 20, woohoo. That's fine. Typos are for losers. We are down to our less than 20 lucky boxes, ladies and gentlemen. We are at the final countdown. A button. Fantastic. I just said fantastic. That's right. Trademark it, baby. Soul Leg. Top tier prizes. Down to our last 15 lucky boxes, everybody. Box number 14 is a prayer crystal. Box number 13 is an experience boost. Nice. Box number 12 is a button. We got another button. Oh, yeah. Don't they take away amulets and medals in future updates? From the Nian? Okay, so here's the thing about that. That's a good question. It is a question. On PC, for whatever reason, yes, they took away the player's ability to buy amulets, medals, band-aids, buttons from the shop. Which I don't know why, because people would either have to buy them or play the game for lucky boxes. And on PC they did. I think San said they're back now, but it was only a PC thing. Like, it didn't happen on JP PS4, it didn't happen on JP anything. It only happened on PCs, so I think it was a mistake, or I don't know what. But it happened, and that was it. A button, woohoo! Box number 11, 2 buttons in a row. Hold on, I have to go to all chat for this. I have to take a picture of this. Oh yeah, boy. Alright, box number 10, a repair fairy. Box number 9, a prayer crystal. Box number 10, wait, 8 comes after 9. Mega potion. Box number 7, Blue Fang Blade. Box number 6, Repair Fairy. Box number 5, Repair Fairy. Box number 4, Soul Leg. Box number 3, Friendship Komenu. Box number 2, Soul Leg. And the last box. Who wants to guess what's in it? Yeah, but they're not going to spend more money if you take away options. Like, literally, there's a dynamic. If someone can roll for it, they're going to make more money when someone tries to roll for something, as opposed to people independently buying for something. However, if the rates of rolling for something are so bad, people will take a bundle where they can buy something individually. Like, let's say you can spend $30 for a package to get a sublime, a certain sublime. People would do that. For sure. Like, if Cyberstep started doing packages like, hey, There's a Sublime pack. You can do a one-time only purchase of like $30, and we're gonna give you a Sublime Ogi and like 5 tickets and a couple boosts. They would make a lot more money. Because if every person of that class went and just bought that Sublime and got all the tickets and stuff, they would do that a lot more than if they just rolled. I would say. If it's an artisan or a button you want to fuse, holy jumping. It's this ornamentation 20. You were incorrect. A rare item, but not that rare. And we are done! Momotaro main story? Oh, cool, yeah. Holy moly ravioli. What's Anju selling? One horse go. Oh, Jesus. My throat is dry. I will tell you that much. La Grace, 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 Grace. This is the greatest feeling of your weapon. Like, you know your cooldown's good when you can turn your camera and your character never, like, changes. This skill used to be ass, and now it's, like, one of the best. You have 3 plumes to sell. Good luck with that. I'd hold on to those plumes if I were you. Go into the wind. Yeah. Alrighty, have a good time. What time is it? Yeah, I'll probably be going to bed too. It's about 2:30. So, thanks everybody for the questions. I had a really good time. We opened all the boxes. We leveled up. Probably in the next coming weeks, depending on how things go, I might start leveling up again. We'll have to see, because One Piece is really good. I'm really, really enjoying One Piece. I'm waiting like 6 years for it. Like the rocks get like more distance like the higher up you are. It's really great. Like if I just use this like not going anywhere, like they go just a little bit of distance. Like if I use this, it goes just right underneath the little scaffolding there. But if I'm standing up here and I use it, it's gonna go sucking far as shit. To a One Piece stream? Eventually, I'll do another one. Like it goes the same distance because I'm elevated. Yeah, for sure. I'll definitely have to. Not tonight, but at some point. I'm getting shot. Stone Spire Berry is awesome. Trying to get it to like spawn on the table. Yay! Did you know that Stone Spire Barrier is one of the moves that levels up per tick? You put something in the stream chat? Alright, have a nice stream. See. Thanks, man. I'll see you next time. What should your goal be after getting Hound Dog to 100? Make sure you get his power to 100 and then his vitality to 100. Then after that, you want to do his dexterity and then you want to put it into like mind or wisdom. Alright guys, good night. See y'all next time. Happy farming. Make sure you spend your energy before you go to bed. Put your vanguards to bed so they keep their stuff, and see y'all next time.